and welcome back to Lexi Rose Literacy. Today's lesson is about magic E. So you're going to need a pencil and a piece of paper or a board and a marker for the end of this lesson. So let's get started. Okay, so when we use magic E, it takes a short vowel sound and it makes it a long vowel sound. But before we add the magic E, let's go over all of the short vowels. So all of our vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Short A says A, like in the word tap. T, A, P. Short E says E, like in the word pet. P, E, T. Short I says I, like in the word pin. P, I, N. Short O says A, like in the word hop. H, A, P. Short U says like in the word tub. T, B. So here's all our short vowel sounds. A, E, I, O, and U, Now let's look at magic E, which is an E added to the end of a word, typically a cvce word, and it makes the vowel a long vowel sound. So we're going to look at each vowel with a magic E. So here's our cvce word, tap, tap. We add the magic E and we get tape, tape, and then the E is silent. So let's look at the next one. We have short E, and this word is pet, pet. Then we're adding the magic E, and then this short E is going to change to a long E. And then we have eat, Pete, because this E is silent. Let's look at the next one. This is short I, and it says pin. But when you add a magic E, you get long I. So you have pine, pine, and the E is silent. Okay, here is short U, P. Short O, hop. You add a magic E, and you have long O, hope, and the E is silent. Here we have short U that says tub. You add a magic E, and you get long U, which says tube, tube, and the E is silent. So a magic E changes a short vowel and it makes it a long vowel. So when you say the word, you're changing the short vowel sound to a long vowel sound. And all of the E's at the end of the words are silent. So that's why sometimes you'll hear people say silent E or magic E. It's just the same thing. So what we're going to do, we're going to take some words and we're going to tap them out as a cvce word, and then we're going to add the magic E and see what the new word becomes. And then at the end, we're going to see if you can write those words by yourself. So let's tap it out. In other words, we're going to stretch this word. Cap. If we add a magic E, we get, this is going to make this A say A. So we get ape, cape. All right, let's try another one. Tap it with me. Gat. Now that's a nonsense word. That doesn't make any sense. But if we add a magic E, we're changing this short A to a long A. We get g-ate, gate. J-e-n, Jen. Now that's a nonsense word, but let's add the magic E. And this E is going to make this E into a long E. So now we have Jean, Jean. Okay, here's another magic E with short E. So here we have pet, pet. We add a magic E, which makes this one long, and we get eat, Pete. And then this E at the end is silent. All right, now we're going to do magic E with long I. So here is our CVC word. We're going to tap it out. B-I-C, bick. Now that's a nonsense word. That doesn't make any sense. But if you add the magic E and make this I a long I, you get B-I-C, bike. And the E is silent. Here's our next word. Let's tap it out. R-I-P, rip. So that's a rip, but we add the magic E and make the I a long I. We get R-I-P, ripe, and the E is silent. So now let's do magic E with long O. So let's tap out this CVC word. And just in case I didn't say before, CVC is consonant, vowel, consonant. So those 3-letter words are those quick words that you can tap out and know what they say. All right, let's tap this one out. N-a-t, not. Let's add the magic E, and now the O is going to be a long O sound and say its name. So now let's tap it out. N-o-t, note. Good work. All right, next one. Let's tap it out. Con, con. Let's add the magic E, and now we have a long O. Let's tap it out. Own, cone. Good work. All right, we're going to do magic E with short and long U. So let's tap it out. Cub, cub. We're going to add the magic E, and now we have a long U, so it's going to say its name. We have cube, cube, and the E is silent. All right, magic E with short and long U. Let's tap it out. Fum. Now that's another nonsense word, but if we add a magic E and make this a long U, we get fume, fume. Okay, I think you're ready to write some magic E words. So get your paper and pencil or board and marker ready. All right, this first one we're going to do together as an example, and then you're going to do 5 by yourself. So I'm going to say the CVC word, like gat, and you're going to tap it out. G-at. Then you're going to write it. G-at. Then you're going to add the magic E, and this short A is going to change with the magic E to a long A. So now we have G-A-T, gate. All right, are you ready? So I'm going to say tap it out, write the CVC word, add the magic E. What's the new word? Okay, tap out the word cap. Say cap. All right, let's tap it out. K-A-P, cap. All right, go ahead and write it. K-A-P. Very nice. Now add the magic E, and what do you get? All right, let's see. Check your work. So we have K-A-P, cap. I add the magic E, and I get cape. All right, let's do the next one. I want you to say the word gat. Now let's tap it out. G-A-T, gat. Write the word gat. Now I want you to add the magic E. Okay, now what do you have? Let's check your work. So G-A-T, gat. And if I add the magic E, I get gate. Very nice. Okay, let's do the next one. I want you to tap out the word pet. P-E-T, pet. Go ahead and write the word pet. Okay, now add the magic E. And what do you have? Okay, let's tap it out. P-E-T, pet. If I add the magic E, the short E turns into a long E, and I get Pete. All right, let's do another one. I want you to tap out the word bick. Let's tap it out. B-I-C, bick. Now I want you to write that word. Okay, now add the magic E. And what do you have? Okay, let's check your work. B-I-C, bick. Now that's a nonsense word, but if I add the magic E, the short I turns into a long I, and I get bike. Very good. Okay, next one. Tap out the word not. Let's tap it out. N-A-T, not. Go ahead and write the word not. Okay, now add the magic E, and what do you get? Okay, I want you to check your work. So here we have N-A-T, not. If I add the magic E, I'm going to make it a long O. It's going to say N-O-T, note. Very nice. Okay, last one. I want you to tap out the word cub. Let's tap it out. K-A-B, cub. Can you write that word? Okay, now add the magic E, and what do you get? Let's check your work. We have K-A-B, cub. But if we add the magic E, making the short U a long U, we get cube, cube, and the E is silent. You did an excellent job today. Now you know how magic E works. So whenever you're reading and you see a word that has a magic E at the end, you're going to pronounce that vowel as a long vowel sound. And a long vowel sound says its own name. A, E, I, O, and U. I want you to keep practicing writing magic E words and cvce words. And don't forget to read for at least 20 minutes today. I'll see you for our next lesson.